Teamwork moves cargo at TMC Transportation, the industry's premier flatbed carrier. With over 40 years in the business, they have a reputation for integrity, innovation, and impeccably maintained late model equipment. If you're a veteran looking for a physical job with great revenue opportunities, look no further than TMC for your next career.
The first time that I saw one of our trucks going down the highway was back in 1988, and I knew nothing about TMC. Just that truck going by on the interstate instilled a sense of pride in me, and I knew at that point in time this is where I wanted to work.
My dad drove city buses in Philadelphia for 32 years. I just, the smell of diesel fuel and those big tires, and motors, I just love it.
Ever since I was a teenager, I tore things apart, put it back together. I helped my dad in the garage, fixing cars.
I've always loved driving. My dad's been driving for 30+ odd years, so it's kind of in my blood.
I've been all 48 states and lower Canada. You get to see the country throughout the 4 seasons, roll through Nebraska when it's snowing, and then you go back again in the spring, and it's just amazing. We have a beautiful country.
Mr. Annette started TMC Transportation back in 1972. At the time, we had 6 trucks, and one of the core values of the company was to have the type of equipment, the type of driver that stands out and is of a higher caliber. And that's what we've maintained over the years.
TMC is the top flatbed company in the country. There's nobody better than us. I think any veteran feels that same way about our country. We're the best. There's nobody better than us. So when you fight for the best and then you transition back to civilian life, you want to continue to carry on that tradition of being the best. That's one way to do that is with TMC.
TMC stands for the Macau Corporation, but the name that I prefer the most is Teamwork Moves Cargo. We form up as a team every week to accomplish our mission. And that mission is to move freight from point A to point B safely and on time for our customers and get our drivers back home to what's most important, and that's their families.
A lot of people don't realize that there's a process to getting that product to that store that they shop at every day. It's easy to just go in your car and go to the mall and pick up that pair of sneakers, but where does it come from and how does it get there?
We bring all kinds of goods to your local community. If they need a truckload of lumber in Florida for a hurricane, we're there. If they need plywood for windows in South Carolina because of a hurricane, we're there.
And without trucks out there, those materials wouldn't get where they need to go. When I was overseas in Iraq, I was the lifeline from post to post, from base to base. And without our trucks, the materials didn't get there. So it's sort of the same thing. I'm not overseas now, I'm here in the States doing it for our country and for our people here.
The Teamwork Moves Cargo concept doesn't just involve our drivers. It involves the whole team. It involves the guys in the shop that are turning wrenches. It involves the guys in the wash bay that are washing and buffing our trucks to make sure that we're projecting that TMC image. It involves the customer service representatives that are working with our customers to get the freight, and it involves the fleet managers that work with the drivers in customer service.
My fleet manager takes the best care of me he can. If you have a problem, all you have to do is talk to someone, they'll try to fix it. I feel better respected here than I have in a lot of other companies that I've worked for.
Feels good when I know I got the drivers taken care of, and I think I'm almost like I'd thought of my platoon when I was in the Army. I want to make sure they're happy and doing everything they can, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure they're successful.
I was sick for 10 months and TMC stood beside me. They have a great loyalty. They held my job for me, they held my toolbox, and they said that it didn't matter if it was 10 months or 2 years, my job would be sitting there waiting for me.
There's a lot of pride in ownership. When you get one of these trucks, you get your name on the door, that's your name. And when you're one of the best looking trucks going down the road and your name's on that door, there's quite a bit of pride that goes along with that.
A lot of the owners of the company and a lot of the employees of this company have served in one way or another in one time or another. As a driver, we get the decals which state which branch of the service we did serve in. A lot of us have put our lives on the line for this country, and to actually get some recognition for it, it's like a feeling of accomplishment.
We have a saying, destination excellence, and that is our destination day in and day out. Anything less than excellence is not good enough for us. That's what we're always trying to accomplish. We always believe that if something's broke, fix it. If something's good, you can always make it better. And that's what we're constantly trying to do. We're trying to make things better for our drivers, trying to make things better for our drivers' families, trying to make things better for our customers. And all of that combined makes us a better company.